Alright, here we are at Stinton Beach. I've been in the sun for the last 3 months. I don't really need to be down on the beach, so I went for a little walk, got my feet wet, used the sand and the salt water to get all the grease off my hands. I was handling my bicycle chain, things you're not supposed to have to do unless everything just goes wrong. Anyway, things are going well. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody who chipped in. It's nice knowing everybody's got my back. I wish the automatic money would just happen sooner. It's like the last couple of months have been just stupid on money flow. It's like I've got a bunch of money came in and a bunch of money went back out again. So, on paper I should have a lot of money, but at the same time now I've got a new bike and all the new motor and stuff, and then that isn't even working, so I'm back to using the old motor anyway. So, what was the point of that? But when we get it all ironed out, we're going to be in pretty good shape, and that's going to be the bike and the motor that should last me the rest of my life. So I'm definitely looking ahead at 2023. We'll do the East Coast and the rest of the states, and then go from there. It's been funny. On the one hand, I was thinking, well, maybe it'd be nice to do van life, but when I get the bike figured out just a little bit more, which we're kind of close now. The next thing is to redo the trailer in a better way. I almost don't need a van. I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, if I got the new motor, which would have a lot more power, if I didn't have to do such long days, if I had less stuff, if I had a trailer that was easier to live with, I still like the idea we've been bouncing around about just a little tiny teardrop trailer or something like that I could actually sleep in, and then I wouldn't have to unload and reload everything in the morning. Maybe I wouldn't need the van after all. That'll get me through the next few years anyway. So having the bike as when it's finished, when everything is working, now I've got new batteries, new solar, new motor, new bike. Yeah, we're basically there. So if you're watching this, please do subscribe if you haven't already, because there's going to be a lot of neat stuff coming up in the rest of this year. We're just getting started really on the tour. For anybody that's new, I'm riding 22 states in 2022 for the 22 veterans that are committing suicide every day. So my mission is just to help raise awareness of the problem and to remind people that it is a problem. And I got a bird on the table right next to me. That's kind of cool. They're obviously not too worried about people. Yeah, just like right there, like literally 2 feet away. Anyway, so that's my mission, to help raise awareness of the problem that we do still have veterans committing suicide, which is horrible. The next part of it then is to figure out what we can do to help, in addition to just raising awareness, because you go out and you're like, you fly your flag, or you tell people. That's something. I'm reminding people, and I've had a lot of people in the last few days, especially San Francisco being a Navy town. People, I'll tell them what I'm doing, and they just stop and get really quiet for a while, and it's like, wow, you're definitely making a connection. So what I'm needing from everybody is just, people that can spare a couple dollars. And what I'm seeing is a lot of the people that are giving me the money are the people that probably can't afford it in the first place. And, the people that could afford a couple dollars, that's the people that are, that's like the joke about rich people. The reason that they're rich is that they actually hold on to their money, where the rest of us spend it. So there might be something to that. But what I'm looking at is $500 a month would be really good. I'm getting on average at least $200 a month. And I've had some months where I had $700 or $800 or $1,000 come in. So I just, that was good, when it happened, but it ended up happening right when I needed a new bicycle. So that's how that happened. It's like, well, okay, all that money came in and we got the new bike. So in that respect, the bike is good. So we shouldn't have to get a new bike for a few more years. So yay for that. So anyway, that's what we're doing. 22 states for 22 veterans in 2022. We're in California now. This is state number 7. I've just left San Francisco. I'm on the way north. At the moment, I'm on Stinton Beach, And the plan is to work my way up the coast and hit into Oregon. Oregon shouldn't take more than a few days, and then I'll get up to Washington State. My dad lives up there, and between my dad and my brother, who has a shop, I can do a little bit of maintenance on the bike and maybe do some fine tuning. There's a few things that I built just out of necessity, out of PVC pipe in the hotel parking lot, or in the motel room in a couple cases, or in a campsite. So I'm hoping I could maybe replace a little bit of plastic with a little bit of welded metal just to stiffen things up a little bit, and just kind of tweak the design a little bit. And then over the winter, we'll do a final design. After Washington State, then we'll turn towards the east, and we'll do all the northern states, and we'll kind of do a little zigzag pattern, kind of like how we got to California. So I can pick up, basically going to California when I got the first 7 states, I left Texas, New Mexico, went up to 4 corners, so that was New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico. There's a monument at that park, so if you get in the circle, you covered all 4 states at one time. So I basically only covered a few feet of Colorado, but then coming out of there, I went west and I hit Arizona and Utah. I kind of zigzagged along the border there. So I did cover the whole states from the east going towards the west, and New Mexico I covered it from the south going to the north. So I covered 3 out of 4 of those pretty good. Came through Las Vegas, so that was Nevada. And then into California, I went through Death Valley, and I've been in California for quite a while. So the other thing in California, I was here for the Sun Trip race, which is what we just finished. That was supposed to have been 500 miles in 5 days. We cut it a little bit short. Had a few people had scheduling problems and also mechanical issues, so we were a little short of our goal of 500 miles. But in the process, we did have a lot of pretty motivated people, and we covered a lot of ground. I think the official tally was something closer to 400 miles in 4 days, thereabouts, maybe a little bit short of that even. I should go back and add it up. But in the process of that, the rest of the riders chipped in and got me some new used batteries from bike shops, and now I've got a lot better battery setup than what I had. And then somebody donated me a brand new solar panel, so that replaced the solar panel I found on the road. So now my charging is going much faster, and everything is working really good, with the exception of the motor controller for the new motor that I bought. It lasted 3 days on the race, and then we were tweaking the settings, and I think we made a mistake on the settings, and now it doesn't work. So when I was leaving San Francisco, I sent that off back to Canada. There's the shop that I got it from is in Vancouver, so that's getting, when it gets there, they'll evaluate it and either repair it or send me a new one. That will get sent to my dad's address. So when I get up to Washington, I'll get that, and then we can swap it out again. So in the meantime, in addition to having new batteries, I'm carrying the old batteries, and I'm carrying the old motor, because I've got the original motor back on the bike, and now I'm carrying the new motor as cargo. So that's weighing me down a little bit. So I've got all this extra stuff that I wouldn't normally need, but it's like all the extra batteries, well, they cost money, so I'm sure not going to just get rid of them. And you don't really want to be shipping lithium batteries, and so you got to ship them special. So it almost makes more sense if I can just hang on to them. I'll just carry them until I get home, and then whatever I don't need, I'll leave it at home. So that's kind of the recap there. I wanted to get that done first because it kind of gets everybody caught up. So I think what I'll do is I'll release this video separately, and then I'll release the video from yesterday and today. I guess mostly today. I think I got yesterday's uploaded already. So yeah, that's where we're at now. We are officially out of San Francisco and working our way north. And now that I've hit the Sun Trip race, I'm looking to do more. If I can stay on a schedule of doing 50-mile days, something like that. And it's going to depend a little bit on terrain and wind and everything. It looks like likely I'm going to be running a headwind, like all the way up the west coast, is what people are telling me. Yeah, go figure. So if you're smart and you're going to ride the west coast, ride it from Seattle coming down. Don't go north. And a couple of people I've met on the road were going the other way, and they're all happy because they had a tailwind the whole way. Yeah. Fortunately, I've got solar and I've got electric motor, so that'll kind of help a little bit, but it's just kind of demotivating when you realize that. So that's where it is. Right now things are basically working. I'm working a couple little issues, but nothing too bad yet. And I'm not sure where I'm going to camp yet tonight, so we'll get this uploaded, and I'm going to take advantage of some shade, and there's restrooms and water here, so I'm getting rehydrated. And then I'll see what I can get. Officially, the park closes and there's no camping signs, so I guess I'll see what I can do. I haven't seen any good campsites close by. What it looks like is the campsites are hike-in campsites, and they're way up in the hills. And I'm like, I've been just getting beat up today going up and down all these steep hills, and they're really steep and really short, and then you go down the other side, and it's just wiping me out. So I'm going to hopefully not have to do that. So we'll find a spot. All right, that's it for now.